DLI, we hear all the time. And we know it's bad. We know what the disease is. We know it is an existential threat to Israel when taken through to its logical conclusion. We know that it is happening daily. For example, today, just this morning, I read of a move to block Israel's membership of the OECD.
Spell out OECD.
OECD. That's what I said. Oh, the Organisation of Economic Cooperation and Development. And we read this morning that the University College Union in the United Kingdom, once again at its annual conference in May 2010, next month, will move to impose a BDS, boycotts, disinvestment and sanctions regime on academics and between Israel and the UK. And so it goes almost on a daily basis. It's a real threat, and the Jewish community has to respond to it at its peril. And the World Jewish Congress, we believe, when I say we, I mean the working group, that's Helena Glazer, Deborah Lichtenstein, if she's here, she is, a wonderful addition, and Betty. We believe that the WJC is uniquely placed to deal with this issue in the way that we suggest in the paper. The most important introductory aspect, we believe, is to educate people about the DLI campaign against Israel, to educate our communities and others to resist it, including as to how the line is crossed from legitimate criticism of any Israeli government or any Israeli government policy to what is basically an anti-Zionist or anti-Semitic approach. Now, we know that DLI focuses on, which raises ethical, moral and legal questions, focuses on a range of issues. The allegation of Israel as an apartheid state, the allegation of Israel as a colonial state, the allegation of Israel as a serial breacher of international law, of breaching standards of accepted norms in relation to humanitarian legislation and the like. And of course, the Gaza blockade is constantly referred to, the settlements are referred to, and the like. What we think needs to happen is for members of the Jewish communities who we represent to understand the issues and to be given the ammunition, if you like. I don't want to pick up on Moshe's war room analogy, but the ammunition to fight back. They need to understand, we all need to understand, why the description of Israel as an apartheid state is fundamentally flawed, why the allegation of a colonial power is fundamentally flawed. We need to understand the factual basis to be able to resist this campaign. And we need to do so because what is happening is that the old story, if you repeat the lie often enough, it becomes the accepted truth, is beginning to occur within sections of the Jewish communities we represent, especially among young people. Our support and Israel's support is being eroded through this campaign. And we set out, therefore, what we think should happen in terms of education, the most important of which is paragraph 5 on page 2, which is the request for WJC to allocate a budget to enable a serious, sophisticated and user-friendly publication to be prepared urgently and disseminated as a tool capable of being adapted to suit different requirements of local communities. We are not here asking for the WJC to reinvent the wheel. The information exists all over the place in a variety of forms. Some of it is excellent, some of it needs work on, but we need to be, that is to say the WJC needs to bring it in, to collate it, to put it out in a simple but sophisticated form, rebadge it and get it out there so that people know what they're talking about and can resist. And only then can we take the action items properly that are set out on page 3 and following. The action includes the quote that it takes a network to fight a network. This campaign against Israel, the delegitimisation campaign, is widespread. It operates through huge networks, especially in NGOs, church groups, trade union, labour unions, trade unions, on campuses, within academia. It's widespread, it's pernicious, and it's got to be fought. Once educated, we have to focus on key allies, key coalitions. We have to build support. And we have to build support on a positive basis that, for example, when one looks at, take one example, take the BDS campaign organised by labour unions. The way to fight that is to focus on how a BDS campaign is, apart from it being factually misconceived, will hurt, not help, Palestinian workers. That's the approach that has been taken by an organisation that was formed recently called TULIP, Trade Unions Linking Israel and Palestine. I want to focus for a minute on that as an example, firstly, of how long-term working on groups pays off. The people who formed TULIP are non-Jewish. Some of them came out of Australia. They were sent to Israel on missions 20 years ago. And now it's paying off. And they are committed. They've got a website. They are leading the charge against the move to impose BDS within the labour movement internationally, with some success. What we can achieve these things. We just have to work on the alliances, and we have to do it sensibly, and we have to do it with some sophistication. We have to calibrate our message to the audience we're dealing with. We have to play on the positives, and we might have to be a bit sophisticated in how we get there. Church groups and interfaith groups, another area. Campuses are hotbed of BDS and delegitimisation. We have Jewish students on campuses, but they haven't got the wherewithal, the tools, the knowledge to deal with it. They're outnumbered, outgunned, and intimidated. Now, individual communities can deal with that, but our job as a WJC is to try and coordinate it, to make sure information is out there, to talk about negatives plus successes, have a clearinghouse for information, and to get on with it. I think it is, we think, should I say, it is something that is a real challenge, but that the WJC is up to it, and that we should get on with the job because time is running out against us and there is much to be done. I don't want to go into all the actions. They are there. I can't emphasise sufficiently the importance of something that Ronald said yesterday in terms of visits to Israel, missions to Israel. As a matter of fact, in Australia, we've been sending politicians, labour unions, journalists, church leaders, opinion leaders on missions to Israel for 25 years, and we send lots each year, and we bring them back, and nothing compares to the experience of Israel itself in winning hearts and minds. And you don't know when it's going to pay dividends, but it will. And it's something we have to do. And can I add this? It's not just politicians, but political staffers and political apparatchiks who need to be sent, because they are the future politicians. Thank you.